Hello and welcome. It is the 10th day of June 2019. Time for an afternoon update. Take a look at some Litecoin, some Theta. Go over some statistics upon cryptocurrency volatility compared to that of, well, Forex and Dow Jones. And let's get started here. Also, talk a little bit about the NBA, just because it's game 5 of the NBA Finals tonight. And before we do that, price action of Litecoin, nice little uptrend in this market on coin. This is odd. I don't know what this line in here. It says the high is 93.48. I have no idea what this line is. Okay, never mind. I was trying to figure that out for days. I was wondering why that pierce was there. But anyway, price action has now came up to the key Fibonacci level around 126. But it practically was at this level in here. And now I'm just seeing it leaving the 18 average. I wouldn't be surprised again if there's a decent size break. And it's just been huddling and staying around this level for the entire day, which I found very, very interesting. And if we take a look at 5 minute term time frame, and this was a news related event, most likely they might not have went hand in hand, but we say at 12:10 p.m. Eastern Time, Litecoin was attempting to get going and get above 130, but ultimately unable to do so, spending a lot of time in correctionary mode, then breaking down in here, and now looking as if it might fill some of this empty space. But again, 12:10. I mean, let's take a look at some NBA news. We'll get to Kevin Durant in a bit, but 12:12 here. Tony Parker announced his retirement from the NBA after 18 seasons, and I guess originally people thought that was bullish for Litecoin, but then they were wrong. The news for Kevin Durant came in at 151. He will be playing tonight. Well, I don't know how we'll see how he is. Maybe he will help, but they need 3 consecutive wins. I do not like their chances of winning this game, and this occurred at 1:51 p.m. Eastern Time. And at 1:51, I mean, Litecoin. I mean, the market didn't care. The market did not care on the Litecoin US cross that Kevin Durant is playing tonight. Who would have thunk it? Okay. And it's interesting because Tony Parker, I once took his job in a video game. I was playing an NBA franchise game where I was point guard of the San Antonio Spurs, and I ended up taking his job. And it was fun playing with Kawhi Leonard. And I also played one with the Toronto Raptors, and I took Kyle Lowry's job. And it was more fun playing with Kawhi Leonard than it was DeMar DeRozan. But that was interesting to trade DeMar DeRozan for Kawhi Leonard because I only ever played like two uh, series with it, those two. And my two main hand guys, one was Kawhi and one was DeMar. And interesting, when Kawhi Leonard didn't play, uh, I was barely winning. I was winning half the time. And when Kawhi Leonard played, I was winning like 80, 90% of the 90% of the games. It was fun. Anyway, that's off topic. Good luck Raptors tonight against the Golden State Warriors. Okay, as far as Bitcoin is concerned and Theta, and then we'll go to some statistics after that. Really just continuing to hang in there. Still not sure if we're going to be resisting this level or not. It hasn't gotten above the 18 average of lows, but it still, of course, has not managed to break down either. And on the single term hour time frame, this move happened 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, has just continued to go sideways all day ever since. As far as Theta is concerned, it's having a good day. And it looks as if it's ready for a potentially good breakout soon. It's in at 1822 right now. And up towards, I just think that how this has gotten above this level of resistance. A couple days ago, getting here, this nice little day yesterday, how it came down back to the level and is breaking higher to this twice level hit area on the 1 hour. Well, I guess this is 1 hour chart, but this is to me looking this area holding and resist this support, holding this level of resistance in here, and just retesting this general area. But on the daily term time frame, to me, this looks so ready to pop for some superior gains. And I was going over some data. I'm still confused to how the numbers play out as they do, but let's go over them. I have managed to get some 1 minute term time frame for like lots and lots of different coins. On cryptoarchive.com, I can get 1 minute term time frame for everything. I can purchase these. Hopefully, they'll accept Bitcoin or Litecoin payments if I want to buy them. But well, anyway, what I've done is I've taken a few of the crosses, and this is some of the results. I managed to download the Sky and the Go results against Bitcoin, which represented over 388,000 minutes or 269 approximate days. No, I'm not too sure about the timestamp. There could be a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 minute delay from one coin to another, meaning I'm getting one coin 5 or 7 minutes after the other. And definitely even up to 20, 30, maybe 20 minutes even on the BAT arc, which we'll talk about. But regardless of the fact, I got every single minute's closed on Sky and Go against Bitcoin. And what I'm looking at is how many times it completes a 5.5% move. So if you start something at a basis point worth 100 or 1,000, I'm looking forward to go to 1,055 or multiply 1.055. And the equivalency towards that on a down move, which would be 100 divided by 105.5 multiply the last trade price. And over 388,475 minutes, I computed 693 times in which it did a 5%, half percent move. So once it does it and it makes it whatever that number is that it goes to, when it moves up or down, then that new closing price is where we work from there. And we keep on going over and over, and if, until the data within the data. So over 693, that works out to once on average over the last 269 days, every 9 hours and 20 minutes. The ratio of Sky and Go will have a move of that nature. Whereas the Go and Sky against Bitcoin were practically close to the same at around 394 and 368. One every 17 and a half hours on average, there is a 5.5% move against Bitcoin. And now I got 573 days more data. And I got ARC and basic attention, and that works out to 825,400 plus minutes. I computed the ratio to be 2,328. That would be about 99% accurate. So realistically, it'd be between 2150 and 2450. And that's one per every 5 hours and 54 minutes. These are faster. And I don't know if it's got to do with the coins or the 300 days that preceded it. Basic attention in Bitcoin, we got 1349 and 1332, pretty much the exact same amount, or one in every 10 hours and 12 minutes, which again is much different than the 17.5. Either way, in crypto space, volatility is big. When we compare this to the Dow Jones and to a Forex chart, this is spanning the last 10 years. I downloaded the last 10 years daily data for both, and 80 times there was a 5.5% move regarding in between the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the U.S. dollar, or one for every 45 real days, one every 1.5 months. It happens. So the difference there, like these cryptos, you can go once every day on average, and I bet a lot of the ones you cross together, especially when you're avoiding the lower volatile ones like Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. But when you're using the ones like the Theta and the any of the ones that just have definitely the Monacoin and the DGBs, they're just going to have much more of those more volatile days. And the Euro US dollar cross has done it 30 times over the past 10 years. 30. That's an average of 3 times per year. Now we'll just even talk about how about 20, 30, 40% moves, how many times they have done that. Let alone, of course, 5.5% moves to happen this often. And the data that I'm using here, I get this is a date stamp number, which I'm matching up these together. This is the basic attention price. This is the ARC price. And this is where I compute how many times the ratio crosses. So this is uh, the one with basic attention. This was the one with the arc. We can see all the computations there. And then I'm just dividing one by the other, and this was the ratio for that. And so on and so forth. But again, having a trading strategy in line, ready to go, to me, I think 1831, this looks so good, is really, really important. Come on, Theta, man. Let's just uh, get going. So what I'm doing next is I'm looking at this arc because I'm going to look more at it. What I calculated before were fees. And ARC, it's cheap. It's zero point 0.2 to take off of Binance. So I'm going to just look at ARC on the wallet, see if it's got a good enough wallet and how that works out. But mean pattern recognition. If the whole school of thought, like I'm the type of person that is going to always be holding Theta, always buying and selling the ratios. That's just what I do. But in the systems of looking, oh, what's a good setup? What should I buy if you're ever looking for anything? Well, both long term, short term. And this thing looks so juicily magnificent. And that's my view on it. And the 4 hour, I see this thing ready to go. You come up to this, back down from point here to the lows, to the highs, to the lows, breakout, continuation. On the single hour term time frame, we hit this level June 8th, 1900 hours or 2 days ago. Hit again, very good, nice pullback to this level, and good because I bought some during this time frame as well. But as far as coming in here, lower high to here, but when you make this, it's get very hard to make a higher high. And what's important is making sure you get that higher low rally, and it holds and stays above the 18 lows. Then it gets up to this point, that situation I talk about that I don't like. Oh, what are we going to do here? Are we going to resist and come back down here? Are we going to find no resistance here? Well, no, we didn't, and we found support at that level. And it's since it lifted off here the previous hour, this one here is looking full fledged to me, ready to get going. And then when we take a look at this on the 15-minute term time frame, nice little pattern of higher lows and higher highs continuing. Now just barely breaking over this level of resistance, so just having a decent sized move over the next couple of periods seems very likely. And yeah, so very short term, all time frames to me, it looks like Theta's a go as I'm doing this. And have yourself a magnificent day. Bye bye.